All rise. Judge Van der B Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1008, Bishop versus Sanchez.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Bishop,
Yes.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, my girlfriend, Linda, she hasn't been supporting the child like I feel like she should be doing.
What do you mean she hasn't been supporting the child? You
Well,
talking about emotional support? You talking about financial support? What type of support are you talking about?
Financial support, actually being there, visiting. It's very rare that she comes around.
Okay. And what is it that you're asking me to do about that?
Well, I would like to have some kind of financial support from her end, and if we could set up some sort of visitation that she actually is in the child's life.
Folks, buckle up today. We're diving into the Bishop versus Sanchez case, where Mr. Bishop is seeking child support from his ex-girlfriend Linda Sanchez for their 2-year-old son. The twist: Linda openly admits she never wanted the child, and her reason is as shocking as it gets. She didn't want a boy, only a girl. As the judge opens the session, Mr. Bishop plays it all out. Linda has been absent both financially and emotionally, leaving him to shoulder all the responsibilities alone. But this case isn't just about money. It's about responsibility, accountability, and the fundamental duty of a parent. With stakes this high, you won't want to miss what happens next.
How old is the child?
2 years old.
2 years old.
2 years old.
You don't visit with the baby?
No, I mean,
No?
I have a night job, and so I sleep during the day, so it's really hard to get up and see the child.
So because you have a night job, you cannot spend time with your baby? That's what you're saying today?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're okay with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you not want to be a mom?
No, Your Honor. I did not want the child. Philip convinced me to have him. I thought it would be okay, but it ended up being a boy, not a girl.
So let me get this straight. You do not want the child because it's a boy and not a girl?
Correct.
That is like the most ridiculous thing anybody has ever said in my courtroom. Because of the gender? So do you not think you need to be paying child support to him?
No, he makes more money than I do.
But he has the full responsibility of parenting the child. You're not doing anything. You don't even want the baby.
Yeah, if he wanted the baby, he should take care of it then.
You made that up. Okay, let's go ahead and move forward because, okay, how much money do you make?
$4,000 a month.
4,000. 4,000. What do you do for a living?
I'm an entertainer.
What does that mean?
I'm an exotic dancer.
Mr. Bishop takes the stand, voicing years of frustration and struggle. He explains that Linda has barely contributed neither financially nor emotionally to their child's upbringing. Now he's seeking not only child support, but also a structured visitation, scheduled to ensure she takes responsibility. But Linda's response cold and unapologetic. She bluntly admits she never wanted the child in the first place, shifting the blame onto Mr. Bishop for convincing her to keep the baby. And just when you think it can't get worse, she doubles down, saying she resents having a boy instead of a girl. The courtroom grows tense, the air thick with disbelief. Linda's shocking stance not only adds a layer of emotional weight, but also raises serious ethical concerns about her role as a mother.
So $4,000. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that exotic dancers cannot be in their children's lives? Oh no, you said you don't want to be in the child's life.
Yes.
You just want him to pay you child support, and you want him to assume the full responsibility of taking care of the child too, because he wanted the child.
Well, I didn't want child support from him. He can just have.
But you don't want him to pay. I mean, you don't want to pay him.
Correct.
No, that's not how this works. He is not going to be the one that takes care of the child 100% of the time, and then you just get to go dance or whatever it is that you do. I'm not exactly sure what you do at your overnight job. That's just not how it works. So let me tell you what we're going to do. You're going to start paying him child support a month. Now, in terms of visitation, if she doesn't want to visit with the child, there's nothing I can do to make her do that. However, she will start paying some sort of child support today, okay?
Okay.
And you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you have a problem with that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, just making sure. So At $4,000 a month, I have your net calculated at $3,266.81, which brings your child support amount to, you only have one child?
Correct.
Okay. $653.36, and you cover health insurance?
Yes.
How much is it?
$344 a month.
300, and that's for the child only. That doesn't include you, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that amount is going to be added to that. So $653.36 plus the $344 that he pays in health insurance will be $997.36 a month.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That should be enough for you to cover anything that you need to get for the child. And just so you know, this child is going to grow up, obviously. He's 2 years old now. He can come back later as, you know, his life changes. He starts going to school. He might want to put him in private school or, you know, anything like that. Any type of extracurricular activities. He comes back in here. You've made more money. You already know what's going to happen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What's going to happen?
I will have to pay more.
Oh, okay. Long as you understand that. All right. Is there anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Okay.
Linda finally gets her turn to defend herself, but instead of taking responsibility, she plays the victim. She claims that her night shifts as an exotic dancer leave her with little time for the child, making parenting impossible. But then comes the real jaw-dropper. She openly admits she didn't want the baby because he's a boy, not a girl. The judge's face says it all. She's visibly stunned, struggling to comprehend what she's hearing with a mix of frustration and disbelief. The judge calls it the most ridiculous thing she's ever heard in her courtroom at this point. Any sympathy for Linda evaporates. Her excuses, her dismissive attitude, and her outright rejection of her son expose a deeper issue of neglect and irresponsibility. This case isn't just about financial support anymore. It's about the well-being of an innocent child caught in the middle. As the case wraps up, Judge Vander leaves the courtroom with one final powerful message: custodial. Parents like Mr. Bishop deserve financial support regardless of the other parent's willingness to be involved. Linda's personal preference, however shocking, does not override her legal and moral obligations as a parent. The case serves as a clear warning. No one gets to walk away from their responsibilities just because they don't like the circumstances in the end. Justice is served, but the emotional weight of the case lingers. This was more than just a financial dispute. It was a battle for basic parental accountability. And today, the law made sure the child's future remained the top priority.